everyone, this is Pam and welcome back to my channel. So today I have a perfume review. This is actually marketed towards men, but I do feel like if you're a woman or or a girl and this smells really good to you and you want to wear it, don't let the marketing stop you. You go right ahead and wear it, because I have actually worn this one time. And I enjoyed it. I just can't get enough of the smell. I love it so much. But I'm trying my best, to reserve it for when my husband do wear it, because I do love the smell on him. I love getting a whiff of his sillage, and this actually performed very well. Having said that, this perfume is by the house of Tom Ford, and that is Beau de Jour. So this is the box right here if you're interested. There you go. So it just comes in a white box and with a silver label. Okay, and I have the bottle here with me. Very nice looking bottle. I do love it so much. And the juice color is pretty right on the spot in terms of what you imagine it smelling like. I mean, if you see that juice, that's pretty much what it smells like. Whatever you imagine. The cap has that TF. I actually have this as part of my haul, the last video that I did, and this was, I believe I said, the best blind buy out of the bunch, because I did multiple blind buys in that video, and this was the most pleasant one. This was the one I was most excited about and I was the happiest about. And it's just a gorgeous perfume. Very, very nice. So yeah, I said blind buy. So there has been times with me when I've done blind buys and I was just disappointed, sort of, because you can't help but have a certain expectation, or like when you go to a store and you're sniffing things, sometimes before you sniff things you already have an expectation. So I do try my best not to have an expectation, but at the same time I can't help it, especially if I read the notes or I've already heard reviews. When it arrived and I smelled it, I was just really pleasant, because it was pretty much the way that I had pictured it, but even better. So I was just really, really happy. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about the scent. First off, let's go ahead and read the notes. So this perfume, I believe they released it as part of the private line back in 2019. I said back in 2019, last year. And then they re-released it as a non-private blend here in 2020. Okay, but I don't think that they did any change with the composition. I believe they stayed the same. Because when I went to Fragrantica, it's about the same. So I have never smelled it before, just recently when I did the blind buy. Okay, so according to Fragrantica, and this is talking about this new one, okay, just to show you, okay, this wasn't the private blend one. Okay, so it's considered an aromatic fougere fragrance for men. Top notes are lavender extract and lavender. Middle notes are rosemary, geranium, mint, oak moss, and basil. Base notes are patchouli and amber. So with this one, I do want to read the notes first, because I think it's pretty spot on. Yes, I agree. This is definitely 100% a fougere and very aromatic. So so for those of you who are not familiar with fougere, it's basically a fragrance that's composed of lavender, tonka bean, oak moss, patchouli. Okay, so that's what's pretty much a fougere. And to me, when I smell this one, I already have it on my hand actually. I do actually get a sense of tonka bean. Like if I didn't know the notes and I smelled it, I'm getting some sort of like a degree of tonka bean in there. But it's beautiful. I love it. It's very soothing and calming. And I guess it's the lavender in it. It's just a very well done perfume. So let's go ahead and spray it again, okay? So I can talk about the opening, the mid, and the dry down. Okay, this perfume, when you spray it, first you definitely get lavender right there. There is no doubt there's lavender in there. And the lavender note, you do get it throughout the perfume. For however long you're wearing it, you're gonna have the lavender. And then, like to me, I definitely get the herbaceousness of that mint and basil. That mint actually in the opening part and a little bit towards the mid, you get that kind of slight zingy feeling. You know, with mint, that mintiness quality where it's a little zingy and not necessarily mentholated, but that kind of like refreshing scent that you get. It's definitely right there. And then, you know, it does calm down that zing that I'm talking about, that kind of sparkliness of mint. It does go away and fade towards the dry down. So there's just a tiny bit right there in the mid. And it also develops very well. It just kind of like gets absorbed in your skin so well. Like you spray it and then it just disappears and it's just right in your pores. And it seems like your pores is just breathing out this aroma, this herb and a green and earthy stuff. And the patchouli here as well, it's not, you know, the dirty BOE kind of patchouli. It's more of like earthy. Alongside that oak moss as well. It's just well blended. I mean, you know, the way they leveled the different notes, like they're gonna put this much patchouli with this much oak moss, and it just blends really well. I'm really impressed. Okay, so the scent to me, it opens up a very lavender, okay, and you get the green, you get the earthiness, the mintiness, the basil, oak. To me, I get everything. I get everything. But then, like what I said, towards the mid and the dry down, you lose that kind of like spark or mintiness quality, the zing. So it kind of goes flat, more flat. It gets absorbed to your skin. I don't really know how to explain it. Yeah, and I guess you know, sometimes when you spray perfume and it's oily and it kind of just, like, you can tell there's that fragrance on your skin. Like you can tell this one's no, it's kind of like a non-greasy, non-oily sort of fragrance that it just gets into your pores. Yeah, it's very aromatic. Bitter. Definitely I get a lot of bitterness. Very soothing. Like what I said, I'm getting the sense of tonka bean. It has that sweetness and a little bit dustiness of tonka bean. But it doesn't say on the notes. I don't really know what's giving off that oh, the amber. It has amber. Okay, that's gotta be it. Okay, so maybe the sweetness of the basil with the amber and the earthiness of patchouli. And geranium too has some sweet nuances about it. Okay, and of course, you know, okay. So yeah, so that makes sense. That definitely you're getting a sense of amber in there. You know, when it's a little dusty and ambery. It's just very well done. Now, so that's all I can say really about the notes. It's true to its category. It's very aromatic. It's a fougere, a very soothing, uplifting, calming. Yeah. So I think that's really all I can say about the scent. But I want to talk about just real quick, because I've heard people talk about that this smell old, or like smells like it's for an old man or for a mature man. I do agree in terms of it does smell mature. But I want to be specific on that, okay? Because not really mature old, but mature in the sense of experienced, mature in the sense of somebody who knows what he's talking about, somebody who knows what he's doing, you know, somebody who's experienced, who's smart, intelligent, clever, knows how to handle things, a man, a gentleman. So that's how I would say. If you want to say mature, then that's how I would specify, you know, like what do you mean by mature? Because it does take time and experience to mature, especially for men, you know. I mean, I believe it's science proven that men mature a little slower than women. Women just matures really quickly. It's not really a negative thing. That's just the way that it is. And I'm talking about in general, okay? So, if you want to talk about, I mean, if you've heard people talk about, oh, it smells like for an older man, or it smells so mature, don't be, to me, I'm telling you, that's not the case. Because if you've heard people say that in the sense that it smells like a, you know, like an old man with a walking stick, and I don't know. When I smell this perfume, I do imagine some mature men, okay, some very prominent mature men, but very gentleman-like, appealing, sexy, like somebody you find desirable even at an older age. I'm gonna give you an example. To me, the people I think about who would be wearing the scent, okay? I think about like Pierce Brosnan, you know, as James Bond. Back then when he was doing James Bond, when he was younger, and then right now, you know, like I think he's still very handsome, very sexually appealing. Like, you know, his experience, it's true he's older, but OMG, Pierce Brosnan, hello. Another personality I think about is Daniel Craig, also from 007. It has that kind of like, I can beat you up kind of guy, like I can kick your butt, you know, like don't mess with my girl kind of man, but at the same time very composed, well-groomed, I mean, knows their way into pleasing a lady, I think, you know, I would say. Another person I think about is, who else? What's that name? George Clooney. So, gray hair, beard, no beard, mustache, no mustache. I also find very gentleman-like. When I say gentleman-like, like they know how to pull a chair for a woman to sit down or open the door, very courteous. So that's how I think about with this particular perfume. So if you're a man and you're watching this review and you're in doubt, oh, I don't want to smell old, or I don't want to smell like, I don't know, whatever it is that you're thinking about, I am telling you now, if you've been doubting yourself because of what you've heard, doubt no more. Because if me as a girl or as a woman, if I like, let's say like I walk into a bar and there's like a guy wearing, I don't know, Spice Bomb, and a guy wearing, I don't know, this polo sport, whatever, very masculine, mass appealing scent, and then I smell somebody wearing this one, the guy who's wearing this scent is the one I'm gonna be, who will stand out the most to me. Like, OMG, that's the scent he chose. Like, I will have like respect for that person, and I would immediately, you know, think about. Anyway, to cut the long story short, he would be the one who would stand out of the crowd. I mean, I'm talking about to me, okay? But, you know, we all have different tastes and different likes and dislikes. So, I just love this scent. I think even if you're 20 years old, a man, or 40 or 60 or 65, 75, 80 years old, 100, I don't know. You can't go wrong. You can't go wrong. I love this so much. Okay, let me talk about the projection and performance real quick. When you do, like when my husband sprays this about 4 times, it does not, of course it projects pretty good for the first, I said for the first 40 minutes, but then the projection does die down as expected, but the sillage though, like it goes into the air. Like if he was in the kitchen and he leaves the kitchen, and then I go into the kitchen, he would leave that beautiful aromatic scent. Yeah, so it kind of reminds me of the performance of Pi, where you don't really realize you're still giving off the scent, but you are actually, because like what I said, it gets so absorbed in your pores. So the more you get heated up, your body heat will just, make that scent emerge into the air. Performance-wise, I would say it's not beast mode, but definitely, like to me, it lasts pretty good. I would say 6 hours. 6 to 8 hours. When I did wear it for myself, no, because I remember when my husband wore it too one time, when he woke up, I was still smelling it on him. So I would say it does last pretty good. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoy that review. I'm so excited I got to review this thing, because I cannot give enough praise for this. I'm hyping it right now. Yes, I am. And I'm not even kidding you. It's really good. Really, really, really good. And look at that bottle. Look at that juice. So I hope everyone's having a great day. I hope you guys please stay safe. And I hope to see you on my next video. See you again soon. Bye-bye.